Let's talk about it.
Hello and welcome back to Thicc Radio, the award-winning podcast where we talk about gaining, fetishism, and everything plus size. Today, I am one of those like pop stars from the 2000s who was a one-hit wonder, and now it's 2026, and you're like, oh yeah, she was something at one time. Whatever happened to her? James.
And I am Jinko jeans, which were a bad idea the first time, so I'm not sure why they're coming around a second time. Tim.
And you're welcome back to Thicc Radio. Today we have with us the incredible, the illustrious, the gorgeous Tjameika Wilson. Baby, how are you today?
I'm good. Thank you. Woohoo! Like, I love that. Give me my roses. I love it.
Well, you should do, baby. You absolutely should do, because you are a motherfucking star. And I'll tell you, to the listeners, we have said this to you from the first time that we met, that we were like, there's something special about you. And it has been a delight in getting to see your star on the rise these past few years. So please allow us. Here are your flowers. Take them.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Like I told y'all, that's something. As long as everyone else can see the love I give, that's what makes me happy. So I'll keep rocking.
Well, Tjameika, baby, like, how are you holding up? I feel like we're in the middle of this perpetual summer of heat wave after heat wave after heat wave. At the very least, that's how it is here in Europe. How are things stateside? How are you holding up?
Last week was warm. This week they trying to figure out if they want to freeze us or give us extra heat. Go outside now, it's extra heat. Tonight at nighttime, it's about a little cold. I actually laid underneath my electric blanket last night. It's chilly around here.
Man. Hey, listen, I'm desperate to get back to hot water bottle weather. There is nothing quite like, an evening when it's a bit chilly, you have like that last shower right before bed, you're feeling like a little ooh, but you crawl into bed, you got a little hot water bottle, you got a little something in that moment, and like you just get to like snuggle up. Ooh, I'm ready to get back to the colder months, bitch.
So you could do that. So you put on the air conditioner really high, and then you put your electric blanket on, and you still got it.
You know what? Innovative. Thank you, Tjameika. I really appreciate that.
Listen, you get what you want, honey. We make it happen.
Yeah, true.
We make it happen. We truly live in a post-apocalyptic capitalist hellscape. I feel like, we're at a time where we really should be just getting the things that we want, because like the world's coming to an end, Joel. Like, I don't want to be uncomfortable. This is already a bad time. Like, I'm not being paid enough. I'm hungry. I'm tired. Like, give me a little comfort, please.
I mean, imagine you're the person who finally gets it together and then the world ends. You'd be like, why?
We took all this time, right? You should have did this before I had to work this hard, right? I get you.
That part. Now, Tim, I know how you think you saying that like it's an original thought, but I did catch your little drunken birthday live stream last night where you said something very similar.
Did I? What did I? I don't even remember what I said. I was so drunk.
It's okay.
You basically said, I'm 43 and I feel like I haven't gotten it together, but I feel like the moment I get it together, the world's going to come to an end, and I just don't want to be bothered with that.
All right, so don't get it together, Tim. Then don't get it together.
Just remain a mess is the moral of the story. Yeah, just be messy, and then everything will be, because then you won't be disappointed.
Hey, listen. As I say, YOLO, you only live once. So hey.
Very true.
You only live once. Now listen, y'all, I need to say this because you are getting this good old gigalicious diva right here, Miss Tjameika. So I need y'all to know, back in 2024, when we was first learning to be a part of the Fires, we were nominated for Outstanding Podcast that year. We had the opportunity to collab with a couple of different people, get to know some peeps, and Tjameika, this is how we came into contact. And I just remember being so enamored with you. Even back then, you had such a light about you, such an energy. And like I was saying, to get to see you like take the win, in 2025, and just, first of all, you looked incredible, but just like the energy coming off you that evening was something else. And I just feel like this is something that you offer for free to all the people. Like, just this light that comes from you. And I'd like to know, as a first port of call, before we even get into to all of that which is you, where does all this come from?
Truly, it's crazy. Someone asked me that at work. I want to say my grandparents and my mom and them allowed me to just be me in the area I was in. I never had to, I was not able not to try something. Like I said, I was like, if I wanted to do it, go ahead. Either you go fail, sink, or swim. So I think it's the love that they gave me and they're around. I try to give back. Like, I guess being an only child, maybe people say I'm supposed to be mean or evil and all the other stuff. I think I like to prove everybody wrong that, we're good people too. And we love hard and we love, but we're still, because first thing you get, oh, you're only child. Oh, you're spoiled. So I think just giving the same joy I got. That's what it's about. Making other people happy. Because a lot of people, unfortunately, don't have someone in their corner. So I think I'm always been that cheerleader for my friends, for my family, no matter what. I don't know, it's going to be okay,
So this is kind of, part of the persona that you created for yourself, as you have described yourself, the cousin next door.
Yes.
Is that the impetus of it, like this feeling of having to give back and, or just a feeling of a need to like help other people whenever you see it?
I don't think it's a need. It's just an automatic. So it's like where I grew up in Plainfield, New Jersey. It was like a bunch of us, a bunch of kids running around back in the day, not like now where everyone's in the house playing a game. We all went over each other's house and everybody helped each other and everybody stayed over each other's house and everybody ate at everybody else's house. We all went out together. We go ice skating, we go roller skating, we go to movies. It was a group of us. So I guess that same feeling is just rolled off. Cause I guess, what you see is what you do sometimes, or what you see, you try to do the opposite, one or the other. But I just enjoy being around good people, and the energy rubs each other. And I do say sometimes that I can feel when people are not having a good day, it's just automatically like some people just need a hug or need a conversation, someone to let them know that it's okay,
That and we're going to get into all of the things, right? Because for people who don't know, you are a makeup artist, you're a model, you are so many things. And I feel like something we have heard doing the Fire series and also getting to know people over the years, like when you work that close with people, like as a makeup artist, especially in people's faces, you so often end up being this very close, intimate person with them in the moment because you really are right up in their face, literally, to be in there and do the work.
Yes.
But like you say that, you can tell the energy is off in a moment, and to be like, what can I offer someone in this moment? A hug or just a lending ear or something. And I imagine that really lends itself to your work. Yes, makeup artistry is a main thing, but probably in all the things you do, would you say, like really, really helps you out there?
Yeah, because especially with pandemic and everything, and being a travel makeup artist, you're walking in someone's home, and we were always taught to make people feel good and comfortable in your home, but sometimes life be life in, and you don't got a bad call or someone, especially people wedding, people calling all day and saying they can't come and that is not, it's just sometimes overwhelming. So sometimes you just need that peace to bring you down, like to get you back to yourself. And as I said, for me with makeup, a lot of times it's women taking care of everybody else and they haven't had a makeover, had makeup done in like 10 years, or they never got makeup done. And, all they do is take care of the kids and the husband, and everything else. So it's like, you're worth it. You are worth it no matter what. And I think a lot of it goes back to me being in high school. A lot of people don't know, unfortunately, my aunt passed away when I was in high school, my senior year. And unfortunately, she committed suicide. And I guess that too made me want to let everybody know that you're enough, And I think that's just with me. And it wasn't on purpose or me thinking about it, but it's just like it was an automatic, just to constantly pour into others. I had the greatness of people pouring into me, and always and still, people come around just like y'all, y'all feel like, and that connection is good, and I get to learn and explore so many things. So I always think everyone should have the same.
And thank you for sharing. And I'm so sorry to hear about your aunt. I mean, I understand, time passes and, we grow and we move on, but it's so clear. Like, as you say, you have that experience and it puts something in your heart that goes, oh, I feel a hurt and a real sadness with this situation. How can I help make that better for other people? Like, and I think that really indicates someone whose gift is the giving. Someone whose work is in working with others to bring out the best in themselves. And I think that just shines from you. When I think about what people have had to say about you in the round, I think is quite quite the evidence of the character. It's a beautiful thing. So look, let me ask you here, right? If someone met you today and knew nothing about your career, which we could probably say is going to be a lot of our listeners, right? What
Yes.
would you say you want the first impression of you to be? Do you want it to be this giggly person, or do you want it to be something a little different?
Like, I won't say I'm not special because, Tjameika with a J, my mom knew I was going to be special. But that everyone can shoot for something great and achieve it. It may not be tomorrow. It may not be next week. That's one thing that we're always looking for, that instant gratification, which is a bad thing on your part because you end up being disappointed when something doesn't happen right away. But for me, like, I've tried so much. I've seen so much. I got to be around great people very young. So, it was like, I'm enough and I want everybody else to know they're enough so they can live long and enjoy life and don't stress out.
You've spoken before about, being told that you were too short and too big for the modeling industry. But, looking back on it now, do you think hearing those words actually became the catalyst for everything that came afterwards with all of the things that you've now accomplished with your career?
In the beginning, I didn't go for it. So my cousin, her name is Nikki, Nicole Tyler. She's a makeup artist. We end up seeing being the same thing, but she used to be a hairstylist, and we did a hair magazine. And it was the first time I got to get glammed up. And when I tell you, I was like, oh, okay. And when you're a hair model, it's different. They don't worry about your size and height or anything else. So when those pictures came out and for the magazine, I was like, oh, that is beautiful. I was like, oh, that's what I look like. So, but then you start hearing people on the back end say, oh, you're short, modeling is tall, and, blah, 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 that they used to say back then. But again, exclusiveness, I think for me was like, oh, you can't tell me no. I'm better show you than I can tell you. So I think that's what mostly I'm about, Minnie. I don't do a lot of talking. I don't say, oh, I'm gonna do this, and this, and I'm gonna do that. I literally pop out, like, okay, this has happened. So I think in a way, maybe in the back of my head, I always want to go more. But I want people to know that I might not be right for you, but I'm right for someone else. So it's okay.
That's such the narrative of like the plus size experience, right? Like, there's this, of course, push for so many of us to be like, nah, bitch, like I'm just as valuable as the skinny bitches. You better trust and believe whatever this is, it's
Mhm.
is just as good. But then you've also got to temper that a little bit with like, well, actually, maybe regardless of the size, you and I just ain't qualified. So actually, we're gonna pass on that one and we're gonna find something else elsewhere. And so sometimes, there is that back and forth, where you
Mhm.
are trying to simultaneously up yourself, put yourself upwards and forwards into the perspective, but also to not like tailor it, but you just want to be a little bit like, look, I am what I am. And if you want to get into this experience, come this way. There are other people who are going to give you other things, and that's okay. We're not all meant to be the same. How
Right.
do you feel like you have best discerned that difference for yourself? Like, was there a moment in your life, was there like a situation that you experienced where you were like, oh, I don't have to be for others, and that's okay?
I think I was born that way. No, but seriously, I think I grown in, and I always joke about my name. If you see the spelling of my name, and there's so many Tamikas from that era. My mom picked the most common name, but somehow spelled it different. And I always say I live up to the J in my name. I'm able to jump around and move around. So I think it was just kind of exactly like I found my own slogan with my own name. So, and even when I became modeling, I was, like I said, too short, too thick. I came in with a presence that I'm really not that short. You know, I never came in the room with flats on. I always had heels. I've been wearing heels since 10, 9. My mother started me in 1 inch heels for Easter. So I've always worn heels. So as they got bigger and taller, I just kept going. But I never came in with my shoulders down and slunching and saying like I don't belong. Every room I walk in, I belong there. So you may not agree I'm for you, but people see, just like you saw the light. And literally when I started put my mind to it and God was like, do it. Because that's what it was. Like I woke up one morning and was like, okay, I'm gonna go out for this casting. And I never stopped. I've never stopped. And I'm gonna say thank God, knock on wood, and all the different things. I never was told no after that.
And
And
as you were saying now, like you've managed to like you've gone through modeling, you've done some pageantry, you've done acting and makeup artistry, entrepreneurship. I mean, was there any moment where you realized that you weren't just building a career, but you were actually building a purpose?
after I won the competition in 2014, Miss Full Figure Supermodel 2014 was my, I think, second competition, and that's the first one I won. And I was going to Paris with Sophia Davis and Fashion Avenue News magazine. And, at that time, people of us wasn't going to Paris. We weren't traveling for work and for being a model and seeing all the great things. Because again, we weren't supposed to be a model, and even in Paris, Black Paris Fashion Week was no thick girls on that runway. I can promise you that back then, but it was great to see that the experiences and everyone being different and the clothes tailoring and different things. I felt like I needed to show something of my own. And that's where Cdiamonds Cosmetics started, because I always believe see the diamond within yourself, because so many people are like, oh, I'm not good enough. I can't do that. I'm not tall enough. Oh, I can't. Like, have you tried? If you don't like it, then okay. But have you even tried? So that's where that click came in, because I wanted other people to see that, look at me, this 5'4", barely, girl, plus size, has now won a competition, has started her own cosmetic line, and she got to go to Paris. So if I can do it, you can do it. And everybody that would come to my table when I started vending would be like, oh, I don't wear makeup. I was like, it's not about makeup. Truthfully, I want you to see that if you got something you want to do, try it. Find one thing in life that you want to try just for you. Nothing for the kids, nothing for the boyfriend, nothing for the husband, not for the parents, because sometimes you got to take care of them when they get older too. It's a lot of different things. Like, this is for me, and this what makes me happy, and that's where it started.
See, I love that. I'm going to share something with you, right? Like and I'm just going to be plain when I say this. I've been on a
Yes.
journey of exploring my sense of self-care because,
Mm-hmm.
as boy types, we're not
Mm-hmm.
raised to look after ourselves. I'm just
Correct.
going to put it like that. We're really not. And I don't say that as an excuse either, but I just want people to know, if you weren't aware, boy types aren't raised to look after themselves in so many different ways, whether it's, you know, hygiene to a more firm extent, if it's
Yes.
cooking and cleaning and being domestic. And when it comes to loving on yourself with a little bit of something. So getting to know people like yourself through the fires and other individuals really inspired in me a thought. You had said, it's not about the makeup. It's just, do you want to try this? If you do, then you should. And it dawned on me, like, I always wanted to try a little bit of something like a L'Occitane. I wanted to really want to try some stuff that would make me feel pretty. And I, obviously in my younger years was resistant to it for the various reasons and just had not thought about it for the longest time. I thought I developed enough of a routine for myself that I felt really good about. And then after last year's fires, I really thought to myself, you know what, I actually do want to do more. I want to do more. And is it about putting vitamins and minerals in my skin? Could be, but also I want stuff that smells really nice. I want a little hand cream that I can put on and just feel a little luxurious to myself. And so I started investigating some stuff with my partner, and we ended up having
Mm-hmm.
a wonderful time figuring out there was a whole depth of things out there, products that we never knew existed, that we loved actually spending some money on and getting to play around with, because we actually got to play around with the idea of feeling pretty in a way that made us go, oh, that's actually really nice. And so I want to share that story with you because I want you to know the message that you carry across resonates with everybody and
Thank
resonates with
you.
people even when we're not working together, even when that was not what you were trying to teach me. You showed that to me and made me
Oh,
go,
thank
oh,
you.
that's a little something that I can go with. And it really has. So now these days, me and a little hand cream, we go everywhere together, baby. And it's lovely. It really, really is. And so the question I want to ask you in all of this, do people ever share similar stories with you? Where, of course, when you're working and in the moment, you're sharing that with them and then they learn and they go, oh, you've helped me. Marvelous. But maybe akin to the story I've shared with you, do people come up to you and say, hey, you just existing as you are inspired this within me. Do people share that with you?
A couple of times, which is to me, I won't say I'm shy. I'm like, oh, okay, because again, you don't know that people always watching you, and people see you just like the same thing. Thank you for sharing. That me talking about it helps them, and that's another thing that we shunned away from, and even now we don't talk about things that really matter. We got to talk about things that's happening out in the world, everything that's online, but we don't talk about those little things. I always say it's the little things that matter. You're going to remember how somebody made you feel, how, what they said to you and the way they said it. Sometimes people don't speak from a loving heart. I shared today, someone posted about Obama and all the things that he done. And it was like, if you like him or not, you got to love what he did. And he led through love and not through fear. And that's what I was taught. You love the people around you. You hold them close. And not everybody can stay. And unfortunately, that's how life is. Everyone can't stay, but the things you do with people and the connections you make last a long time. Like, just think about it. Somebody you haven't talked to in 20 years and somebody you may even cut off after a while. All the good memories, they still with you, regardless. So that I have had people reach out to me later and say, thank you. You made me feel the most beautiful. Thank you. I haven't done this in a long time. I'm going to start doing it again. I'm going to start taking myself out, those little things. And I'll be like, oh, that's awesome. Thank you. Like, they don't realize how great it makes me feel and have me keep going, because I know I'm helping someone. One out of 10. Hey, at least I did one thing.
And confidence is something that is woven through every single thing you do. Do you think that confidence is something that we find, or is it something that we choose to practice every single day?
So there's two different types of people. Sometimes confidence come within, the people you're around you, and you don't even realize it's confidence. I always say, this is my norms. I don't think I'm doing anything special or extra than the next person next to me. And everyone's always telling me, yes, you are. And like I said, I don't say I'm shy, and I don't say that, I think it's more of like I told you before, they say you're conceited if you talk great about yourself. They say you're stuck up if you talk great about yourself. So a lot of that is within, but the confidence, you can't stop it. I can't wake up and just be behind things. And even if I try to be behind the scenes, I'm still in front of the scenes, So it's like, oh, I'm a makeup artist. Are you going to jump in front of the camera? Oh, you're a makeup artist? You going to walk on the runway too? Oh, can I just stay in the back today? So sometimes confidence has to be within you somewhere. Even though you may have to practice it, some things you may have to, talk yourself into, because some people have been told that they're not great. So it's not that they don't have confidence. It's just, it's been pushed down so far, so long, that they don't even know how to bring it out.
And that's something I think that is always important for us to bring up when we have these conversations. The plus size experience, right? Like, the world is set up in such a way as it is looking to take it from you any chance it gets. And I'm sure you understand that, not just as a plus size babe, but also as a Black woman, right? Like, there are so many ways in which this world is going to try and get people down and take that from you. On a day where you are having that moment where you can feel, maybe it's someone with an attitude, maybe someone's just having a bad day, maybe you're not feeling the best that day, and you know that you're in that place of, if I'm not careful, they're going to rob me of a little bit of that joy today. What do you do personally that helps to keep you in that better place, helps to keep you in the confidence when you're in the struggle?
Remembering that what's happening now is not where I'm going to stay at. God got me through it. Like they say, if God brought you to it, he's going to bring you through it. And we always make that saying that God doesn't put more on you than you can handle. So I have to be strong and stay in who I am. And I always tell people, and I just told my girlfriend this a couple of times, I am only in control of me, no one else. So I can't react to what somebody else do, because now I'm being them. So I'm going to say who I am and true to who I am. And like I said, some people say, oh, you let people walk over you. No, definitely that's not it. But I don't need to roar, because I am a lion, the Leo, August coming. But I can sit back and let you deal with yourself. I don't have to, like they say, let karma deal with you. I don't need to be loud and yell and scream and get my point across. My silence is loud. So that's what I always learn. Like, people like to argue. People like, oh, I need to make my point. I gotta say what I gotta say. Is it getting anywhere?
No.
Both of us yelling.
And you are still so incredibly hands-on with your community, and we're in a world where so much of business is automated, but you're still answering messages, you're talking directly to clients, you're showing up for them in very real ways online. As I was saying, where this is a world where things are so much automated now, has staying personally connected remained important to you?
Yes, it does. It does. I'm a hands-on person. I like I said, if I set up there and automated everything, you don't know if you're getting something true. You don't know if it's tailored to you. Listen, I want something for you to feel for you, not me just giving you some fake and puff, or what do you want to say? Like, oh, here you go. Here's a little something to make you feel good. No, because people, again, is going to remember that. Like, that same thing. Oh, I was struggling. I have a girlfriend now, Cece. Love her. She's doing big things too. We were out, and first time we met in modeling, she wasn't into the lashes and things. And so what we did, we jumped in to help her because, and from that day on, 10 years later, 14 years later, she still remembered that day, and it's going to stick with her. So why would I automate? I'm never too busy. There's phones, texts. Why can't I answer? Like, unless I'm sleep, which is rarely, or as they say, 6 feet under, I should be able to answer you. God gave me a voice and thought, so why am I going to keep it inside and let somebody else tell you a story? Nah, no one can tell their story better than me.
And that's something I will say here. Like, I've shared on the pod before, and Tim and I both come from a religious background. We don't practice ourselves anymore, but one thing I've always, believed that the church was correct about is the point about your testimony. Like, your story is the most powerful tool in your chest when it comes to connecting with people, when it comes to conveying your truth and the message of your life. And, even though I myself am not a God-fearing person these days, you yourself are, and it's clear that it leads you in the ways in which I see doing good in this world. Like, it's clear you walk in that and you use that as an opportunity to say, well, how can I bring this good into a situation, rather than how you see some people acting online. They might have a cross or a fish in the bio, but the way they act might indicate
Yes.
that they are not exactly walking a very Christ-like life, you might say.
Yes.
So I mean, it's beautiful that you really represent that, because I mean, again, as people who've come from that place, it's good to know that there are some people out there who actually do represent the realness of that.
To me, it's not even about the church, even though we're all raised in the church. It's like, it was law, and it was books was written from stories we had, history, everything. If we don't talk about it, and no one will know. And I think, like I said, my grandparents and my mom, and how I was taught to do things and how things were done about me, I just did what I'm used to. So we always say, like, oh, you spoil, you do such and such. But I'd be like, but this is my norms. I'm not doing nothing that I haven't done all my life. It's not like I woke up and said, oh, now I'm going to be a better person. I have always been this. My mom would tell you that I would give gifts away and toys away and things. You're like, where's your stuff? Oh, someone needed it, Listen, hey, I'll get it again. It's not like I'll get it back. Do I ever get it back? No, but I'll get it back, And so it's just the same thing. It's like, if someone's in need and you have, why are you holding on to it? Why do you have to feel like everything around you has to stay with you? If your hand is closed, you can't receive money. If your mouth is closed, you can't receive food. So you have to be able to allow things and people around you to grow. I feel like I'm watering seeds.
That brings us such a good point on community, because when I think about plus size community, when I think what must be, because Black community is so visible and vibrant, you can see it, hear it, you can practically taste it, and it's clearly so desired by the world because people keep trying to mop it, right? Like, you keep trying to take from it. So, like, clearly what you give, you're describing community perfectly. That sense of, it does not matter how much I have. But if I want this thing, I should be so willing to give it to others, especially those who are in need of it. Why should I hold it and keep it to myself? Because if I can give it to someone else, it comes back to you. You invest in
Yes.
community, community comes back to you. And I feel like maybe this is a bit of an obvious question, but like thinking about it like the atmosphere of community, right? Like how much of that is, do you have to craft that, or do you think that with the right kind of vibes, it it just kind of manifests more naturally? And I ask this question because I feel like so many of us are really looking for community these days. We're looking to connect with more people. We're looking to be less online and more in real life, like face to face.
I think it comes naturally. If you meet somebody, even online, you have conversations and you're talking about stuff that makes you want to meet them, right? If you're looking, we're all yearning for something. We all want more, no matter what it is. We always want more money, more food, more clothes, more something, more life. Because we've been behind the four walls so long and we have lost so much, I think people are yearning for a connection more now because we were so lost. Pandemic took a lot from us, not just lives, but like a sense of ourselves, because you started being introverts. You started wanting to just, not be bothered because you were more in fear than anything else. And now that the world is open, you're missing that community. You're missing your friends. And now everybody has moved so far. And, we're all traveling different directions and working different places that we're not getting it. I think everybody wants it. And I think everybody can have it. It's just, you have to accept what's around you. You're not going to get your twin. If we'll cross off somebody. Oh, you don't like fish. I can't be around you. Like it's stupid stuff like that. We've been taught, instead of saying love the person who they are, meet them where they are, and either they're going to change or you're going to move on. But you have to allow those people around you. And if you're not around them, you don't know if you like it or not. What they say, you date the same person with a different name. You got to try something different. You got to go around and see something different and learn different people and realize that the space you're in is not the only space.
And beyond offering beauty products, another feather in your cap is that you're a teacher. You've created workshops, virtual classes, and even beauty experiences that teach people to recreate this confidence for themselves. But I want to know, what have your students taught you over the years?
That they're paying attention, even when you don't think they are, and they hear you. I love talking to youth and young folks about wanting more. I had the blessing years ago of having a young girl. Her name is Tjameika McNeil. Unfortunately, she passed away young. In my church, I was the church go dancer teacher then too, and talking to the girls, listening to them, and they still reach out, and her daughter's my goddaughter now. That they listen, they actually hear you, and they want more than what's in front of them because the stories you told them. Oh, I got to go to Paris, I went to South Carolina, I went to this, and I done that, and I was on this show, and it makes them want more too. Just having that connection. Sometimes people, like I said, they don't have that in their immediate family or right around them. So seeing other people out there doing stuff that looks like them, and they can actually touch. And I think that's the biggest thing with me. Why I try to stay connected to the community is like, I'm a real person. I'm not online. We're human. No matter if you see me on TV, you see me on a billboard, I'm human. I'm just like you. I started where you started at. I just didn't give up, and I kept pushing. So you can do the same.
I've said this I cannot remember where I said this recently, but I said this not too long ago. Something that I think you could never take away from an American, and it's a positive thing, is this relentless desire for more in a way that is actually very endearing. Because growing up in Australia, we have tall poppy syndrome, and it exists here in the UK as well. It's this idea that everyone's meant to be equal, everyone's meant to, all have a fair chance. But no matter who you are, if you sort of stick your neck out a little bit and try to say, oh, I want to be better than this. I want more out of life. I don't just want to be, the assistant. I want to be the director. I want to be the producer. I want to be the man behind the power. I want to rise all the way to the top. Tall poppy syndrome says, you're thinking a bit too highly of yourself. And they want to cut you down. But in America, it really seems like it genuinely, stereotypes be damned, does not matter who you are, where you come from. If you say, I want to do more, I want to be more, not only is there potentially some amount of resource that you can find and gather to make it happen, but people tend to rally around you. People, well, of course, different resources for different people at intersections, of course. Privileges do very much exist. But for the most part, if you go out to your group of friends and say, I want to do more than what I'm doing right now, I want to be bigger, I want to be better, for the most part, your friends are going to say, bitch, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And we're going to support you and we're going to show up for you. We're going to champion you and do what we can to try to lift you up versus other cultures where people really, they won't. They let you hang out there on that branch all by yourself, waiting to see what happens, you know?
It depends. So it depends on the people you have around you. Why they say you have to surround yourself with like-minded people, because there are still some crabs in a barrel. And I'm not going to say all, but there are still some that will, I won't say praying for you to fail, but they're looking for you to fail, you know? And if you do, then that's up for them, you know? But if you don't, it's like, ooh, why she thinks she better. Oh, why is she able to do that? So I won't say America is any different, but I'll come to the UK for a little while. Y'all can bring me over. But I think it's just the people you're around, the like-minded people, because we have all had some that have not supported us. They call us friends. You know, you end up doing more of the work. We're just learning to more cut people off in this age that not just a benefit, but reciprocate something. I don't expect you to do what I do, but I do expect you to do something. You know, like if you're a cook, then bring me a piece of cake. You may not be able to do my makeup, but you know what I'm saying? Like, so we have to, you know, those minded people, and people that want to work and move in the same things you're doing. But I've been blessed. Like I said, my circle, I appreciate them. I just say that, like, I show up for them just like they show up for me. I don't care where you are. Like I said, y'all need me in the UK? Tell me when, you know, and that's just how I am. I believe in making memories. And I believe if you do something from the bottom of your heart, it shows. People remember. And if you can't do something, if you say, just be truthful, I can't make it, or I can't do it this time, or my money's funny, or I can't help, and somebody's willing to help you. It's just, we have this thing, and somewhere we're taught like it's shameful not to have. No, everybody's not equal, and we all have different places and things we can do. I might hate being online and writing stuff up. If that's what your strong strength is, then that's what you do with me. You know, you don't have to do what I do, but yeah, there's still some crab in the barrel, unfortunately.
We all have something to offer, though, and it doesn't have to be the exact same thing. You know, Tim, you and I were talking about this recently. There's that thing of there is so much clear need for charity and support, especially these days, and sometimes it can get really not frustrating. I don't know that that's the right word, but everybody needs money. Of course they do. Of course they do. And in an economy when so many of us are struggling, it's that thing of I don't have enough money, genuinely, to like keep myself afloat and support everyone else as well. And now there's more conversations around, well, hold on. Maybe you can't donate money. Maybe you can donate your time. Maybe you can donate your body. You know, maybe you can donate your time by helping to support. Maybe you can donate your body by showing up on the day and helping to run the event. Maybe you can be there and help us to maintain the space and not just have to put on a front-facing thing. You know, there are more opportunities to offer of yourself. That doesn't have to be the way in which we're coded to think of the obvious way. As you say, maybe what I can provide you right now, I can't give you a paycheck. Maybe I can't give you my body, but you know what? I've got cake. Is there space for? And now let me tell you, I will say that's a trick question because there's always room for cake. There is, and on this podcast, there is always room for cake. But as you say, there is always room to bring something of yourself to the situation. That could be
that again is knowing that you're enough. Everybody thinks they have to be somebody different. They have to do what you do. Oh, you know, she's going here. I must even say in relationships, you know, you meet somebody new. Oh, you've been there and there. Oh, what can I do for you? Huh? Like, what I've done and lived in my life has nothing to do with what's in front of me right now. You know, maybe I can't do those trips anymore. Maybe that time is gone. Maybe my money's funny now. You know, like you're watching a life that you don't know and you're just expecting people to want the same. I always say the little things. Send me some flowers, send me some, I can't have too much chocolate, but no chocolate. But you know, like those little things is what I'm gonna remember. Buy me some crystal, buy me some glasses, things I can tangible. I don't just need you to put money in my hand, you know? Yes, we all need money. Money's great, but money is also, they say, the root of evil. Depends on what you look for. I'm always gonna look the best for it. I'm gonna find how can we make this better. I'm not looking for the shoe to drop. I'm looking for the moment for right now.
And, to take it back to Cdiamonds for a second, it has really exploded from just lip products into foundations, skincare, body care, and so much more.
Yes.
How do you know when it's time for the brand to evolve? Like, are you closely watching trends, or do you just kind of go with an instinctual feel?
More of instinctual in conversation and see what people are looking and missing. You know, when I started, it was lipstick and lip glosses because that's what's the big thing. You never can go wrong with that. We also always love a lip gloss or a lipstick. But then it was, you know, now everyone had their eyes and the sparkle. That was time we was doing glitter. Okay, so let's do. And plus being a model helped a lot in this industry because I knew what was going on and what was missing. You know, unfortunately, getting makeup done, not liking it. Getting hair done, not liking it. Foundation for our faces was really big, finding that color that really match you, you know, because sometimes, you know, you look a little, as we say, casket ready. Not so those things were needed. And they say if you find something that's neat and you feel it, that's how you make it. You know, you can't always go by trends because trends is just for a moment. Unless if you want to be trendy, you can. But I'm longevity. That's what I'm about. It's not just, oh, I just want to be known for this and I just want to be known now. As I always said, I want to be a household name. When you see Cdiamonds, you know who it was, right? And that's what it's about for me. It's not just turning over a leaf, as they say.
Talking around about this, right? Because you've clearly experienced the fashion and the beauty industry from basically every perspective at this point, right? Model, makeup artist, business owner, educator. Which of these roles would you say has taught you the most about people, especially when it comes to plus size people?
So there's two different parts. Makeup, I have more conversation with people and understanding of what they're looking for, what they need, and how they're feeling. When modeling, sometimes it's all exterior, you know? But for me, again, on feelings, I can tell when somebody's nervous, when somebody's like overwhelmed and, you know, they need that sometimes. They need somebody to say, it's okay. You know, you don't have to walk that well. You don't have to, you know, be that perfect. They can't pull you off the stage. That used to be my go to the people. Like, they can't pull you off the stage. Stop wearing it so bad. Because, you know, like they're trying to walk like everybody else. And we are so different. And it's good to see somebody that looks like you. Like, do you want to see somebody on the stage that's perfect 24 hours a day? No, because then you're like, I can't do it. So you have to have so many different types of people. But I learned to just sit back and watch, and you'll learn a lot.
What do you feel is something about running a business that nobody prepared you for?
The late nights, the whole business aspect of it, truthfully. You know, you start taking business classes and learning after you kind of get into it. You know, people don't tell you about all the scammers. The people don't tell you about ordering stuff or offline and, you know, like getting things more for your money, because a lot of times small businesses, and people complain about the pricing of small businesses and don't realize that they can't get as much. So if you order 1 to 50 products, just say if you're ordering, doing private labeling and stuff like that, you're going to get a higher price than someone who can order 1,000 pieces. So you're saying, oh, they're selling it for $20 and you have for $22. Well, they probably got it for 15 cents and I had to spend $5 to get it, you know, learning that. But I was blessed, crazy enough, part-time working at a store called the Gift Tree in the mall. It was me and another guy named Gary, and we're real close. So he taught me early about like ordering products and how to get my things in and all the pricing and things like that. So as I said, I got to learn a lot early, and it's just like I didn't think about being an entrepreneur, but it kind of like fell in my lap to this is what I was supposed to do. But they didn't prepare me for all the things that people do out there. Like the scammers are the biggest. You know, you order some product, you think you're gonna get this, and it be some mess, and you be like, I can't sell that, you know, or I wouldn't use that. Why would I sell somebody else? But there's people out there that will. You know, there's people out there that don't care about the product. It's all about the dollar.
And running a business like this could potentially consume your identity. So how do you separate it so that you still have space for both Tjameika the person and Tjameika the brand?
I don't know if I actually separate it because I am the brand, but I've learned to enjoy life. So like the same thing, as I said, I show up for my friends. This past weekend, I hung out a lot, which I normally don't do. But I take that time again, just like I teach other people, I have to take the time for myself and enjoy life. The same thing, because again, summer's only 2 months. And if I don't get it all in now, I'm going to miss everything. But the same thing is, if someone needs me, I'm still going to be there. I don't turn off. You know, even it's crazy with people. I was at a JC concert this weekend, and clients is texting me. Yep, I'm answering, because listen, it's business, but I'm having fun. I'm out where I need to be, but I can't turn off. It's never going to turn off. I will feel bad in letting a client wait 6 hours for something that can take me 2 minutes. Like will never understand that, but I do. I enjoy life. I get to travel and have fun. My birthday week in August, I always make sure I'm somewhere now, I give that time. And that's something for me. I always say, you can't go somewhere every day. You may not be able to be somewhere different every day, but give your time. So say, oh, in 2 months, I want to go do this, and then do it and mark it off. And then you can go to the next 2 months or 6 months or whatever it takes to get there. But don't always just put yourself on a time schedule either. Allow life to be lifing. Allow yourself to enjoy. Just wake up like, okay, I have nothing really to do. Let me go take a walk. Let me go outside and sit on a porch. Just do something.
It's fantastic to hear. Like, and again, in a time when I think, especially because of COVID, a lot more people really wanted to lean into the idea of the hustle and running the room business and doing all these things. And here we have someone of experience who is saying, yes, do the thing. Yes, find time for it, but also find time for you and make sure that you're giving yourself what you need to give in that moment. And I want to ask you this because, we know that our listenership skews a little bit younger, and I think people are still quite hungry for the opportunity to do something more for themselves. And I think what we have with us today is a woman of color, of experience, of size, of knowledge, being so open and honest and sharing such, I think, really great stuff for people who really want to do more for themselves. I want to ask this of you here as we start to come to an end. For anyone listening who is thinking about that next step for themselves, what do you want them to take away from today's conversation?
So let's say, write it down. We were just talking about that before. Like, beginning of the year, this year I didn't do it. I need to sit down and do it. I always write down 6 things I want to do in life, in business, and in love. And it's like manifesting it. So if it's something you want to do, take the time. Don't think it has to be done tomorrow. And that's something that we all think, oh, I have to have it done. I got to figure out. Look into it. Talk to people. Yes, somebody may not want to give you all the information. They don't want to give it to you. Go to somebody else. Now the internet you can Google everything. You can ask the question, it tells you, but do your research. Because there's so many different things out there. Like I said, with scamming, making sure you read the reviews, make sure you figure out, is this something you want to do? But don't overthink it. Try it. Because a lot of times we talk ourselves out of something great. And then when somebody else come our way, be like, oh, I was thinking about doing that. Yes, you could have been making that million that they made. So don't overthink it. Try it. Do your research. And if you're not finding exactly what you want, jump in and do it anyway. And don't fear the failure. Because it can happen. But you know what? It may not. So go ahead and do it.
And as a final question, when people talk about Tjameika Wilson 20 years from now, what do you hope they say that has nothing to do with the makeup?
I was a great person and a friend. That's what I want. I always tell people all the accolades and all the things I've done. I would love everybody to have a piece in someone's heart. Let my story live on. Because again, like I said, one day there may be a day I'm not here, and everything I've done, and yes, you can read on the internet, but to make someone feel good, like even now, like I see myself sometimes on Threads. There's another app where it's their birthday, happy birthday, don't know them, they're having a bad day, or welcome to your piece, try again. It's never too late, because again, you never know what that one person needs just to keep going. So I hope, I pray that when in 20 years, everyone can say, she actually has a big heart. She may be mean, but she's very stern, and she wants the best for you, no matter what.
Tjameika, this has been such a blessing to have you on with us today, sharing your wisdom and sharing your joy. I want people who listen to this to know that there is a good bitch out there who does good work and is just out here spreading so much positivity and so much awesomeness through all of everything that you do. It's just a blessing to have you a part of what we do today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Where can the listeners find you online?
So on Facebook and Instagram is personal, Tjameika, Tjameika. On Instagram is Tjameika_the model. Like I said, if you see that name, you see me. If you don't see my face, then you're going to see Cdiamonds Cosmetics or something on there. I told you, I am the brand. I am me. So even before, just a hint to let everyone know, before Cdiamonds came apart, I actually used to do poetry, and my stage name was Chocolate Diamond. So that's it. All comes run together. I am. It is me, and I am fully the brand.
You are fully the one and the only chocolate diamond of the Thicc Radio podcast, Tjameika. This has been such a blessing, but that is a wrap it out here on Thicc Radio. Please remember to like and subscribe, rate us 5 stars, and leave us a good review. If you liked this episode, share it with your friends and encourage them to tune in. You can find me on Instagram and BlueSky at stannnum.
And you can find me on Instagram at thiccymouse and Grommr at orpheus.
You can also find us on social media at Thicc Radio, or visit our website at thiccradio.com.
Consider supporting the show by donating to our PayPal or by subscribing to our Patreon, where you can enjoy extra helpings, a behind-the-scenes conversation with this week's guest where nothing is off the table.
And if you send us a letter to thiccradio@gmail.com, we might just read it on the show. That's all for now, so until next time, bye, Fats.
Bye, Fats.
Bye, Fats.
Let's talk about it.
Thicc Radio is an independent production.
Artwork, media design, editing, and production by James Heinzen.
With original theme music by CYMK.
Baby, you always show up and represent the Cdiamonds right there on that titty, bitch. Yes.